Good morning, card me. It's RJ back with another video. Let's get to it. Today's random Mike Schmidt item of the day. May look like a card I've shown off before, but it's not because it's a parallel card from 2005 Donruss Studio or Panini Studio. I think it was still Donruss at the time. And you can see here it's numbered to 70. Think about Studio that year. This is not a base card. This is a parallel insert set. They call this the portraits. And what it did was it highlighted 7 different products that Donruss released that year. This one is highlighting the Zenith set. Tells you what Zenith is doing. And each of the 7 products came in 8 different variations. So this is what is known as the, I believe this is the sepia color version. Might be the white color version, but I believe this is the sepia color version. And because you have 7 different products highlighted in 8 different variations, there are 56 total versions of this card. Each one's got a different thing on the back. It's always SP, Studio Portraits. Number 77 was the Mike Schmidt card. It's always this image. The frame is often a different color. Sometimes the image is black or white. Sometimes it's color. And that's how they, have these variations. Plus the numbering is, it's not always different, but it's just crazy. Without the checklist, the trading card database.com, without that, you'd be lost. Thank the Lord for small favors, huh? All right. Today's random baseball item of the day. Another one of the slab cards that I got from Kevin when he sent me that big box of stuff. This here is Bowman Chrome from 1999, a Scout's Choice insert. This is a Pat Burrell rookie card. Pat Burrell, longtime Philly, won a ring with us, won a ring 2 years later with the Giants, beating us to get into the World Series. This is from a unknown grading cards company called USA Sports Cards. Again, another one of these fly-by-night guys. Who knows if they'll make any kind of dent in the hobby, but they're making an effort to get people to send them graded cards. Today's trivia question, prize today, is nice little Tony Gwynn card. This is Topps Finest, I believe, from 2019. No, from 2000. And it is the 3,000 hits insert card. I do apologize. There appears to be a little scratch or blemish here. I'm just going to try and rub it off real quick. I think it's in the card. I don't think it's going to rub off, so there is a little scratch there. But it's the Finest Moment subset highlighting Gwynn's 3,000 hits. So that is the prize. This is your question. Since Tony was such a great hitter, let's ask a pitching question. What year is commonly referred to as the year of the pitcher? And to help you out a lot, I'll give you this little secondary question and piece of information. Some Hall of Fame pitcher that year had the lowest modern ERA at 1.12. His ERA that season was 1.12. It was so low. Pitchers were doing so well. I think the batting champion was just barely over 300. They called it the year of the pitcher. What year was the year of the pitcher? And what Hall of Fame pitcher set a modern ERA record at 1.12? Answer me those questions. Send me an email. I'll include my email in the description below, along with a repeat of the question. And we'll pick our winner on Sunday, all right? You got the day and tomorrow to answer, so good luck. All right, like I said before, I'm trying to get into the habit of being RJ, that RJ collects sets. I want to highlight more and more sets. And I mean, sets of all different types. So if you came on Wednesday, I did a little small unknown set. This is a more familiar set. It is from 1990. It is a Sportsflics set. So let's talk about Sportsflics for a set. It was an independent company. It was literally, Sportsflics was the company that printed it. It wasn't owned by Donruss or Fleer or anybody else. They were their own company. And of course, Sportsflics was well known for being a company that produced these 3D style cards. So this is what the 1990 Sportsflics card looked like. It's supposed to have magic motion. You know, if you look here, this set from 1990 was 255 superstar cards with 153 magic motion trivia cards. So Sportsflics came out in 1986, and they didn't last forever. They lasted 11 years because their last year producing a card set was 1996. They never made cards again after 1996. You might have found an occasional regional release by Sportsflics, but they never made direct to the hobby packs and sets anymore after 1996. So this is highlighting the 1990 set. There's the factory set right there. And here's your Ken Griffey Jr. card. Typical card. Had the magic motion thing. The border around the side did its little motion. And the name below had his name and his position on one view, center field number 24, and then his team, if you tilted it the other way, Seattle Mariners. So he was batting, and then he had just swung, depending on how you held the card. So there were 225 cards in this set. You could buy packs. I can't remember how many packs came to a card, but what was interesting is they changed the color on the card every 15 cards. They went back and forth between 3 colors. They had a blue color. Here's a Nolan Ryan version. And a purple version. Here's your Jose Canseco. And they had a green version. Here's your Tom Glavine. And each one matched the same color on the back. So these are, if you ever find yourself looking at a box of 1990 Sportsflics and you see these different colors, this is not a parallel set as we would think of today. It's not your blue parallel, your purple parallel, your green parallel. No, they just randomly altered the colors of the cards every 15 cards. So 0 through 15 are blue, the next ones are green, and the next ones are purple or something like that. So that's just how they did the set. And as it does say, Sportsflics always included these little trivia cards in there. If you watched, shout out to Doug over at Don't Talk to Robots, him and Kaylin always went through trivia using Sportsflics cards that they had done. Let's do this one right here. Who was the youngest player to win the NL MVP award? You got Bench, Musial, Sandberg, or Murphy. My guess, believe it or not, is Bench. And the answer is Bench, who was 22 years old when he won the 70 NL MVP award. So I'm good with that one. And this particular thing, it was trivia, most valuable player. Baseball trivia quiz, most valuable players. A couple different pictures of old timers on the cover. So there you go. There was 153 cards in the set. Now the trivia cards were usually this small size, a little bigger than a postage stamp, but they did vary. You know, they did vary slightly, but they were always a little smaller. Would come one to a pack, and then they'd have the whole group inside this complete set if you got that. So that was your typical Sportsflics set for whatever year you bought Sportsflics. All right. They did get a little better with their cards later in the game, but for the most part, they were these standard, 2-pose magic motion trivia, sometimes 3-pose. And again, they're not especially valuable even today. This was the height of the junk wax. They were around from 1986 through 1996, the height of the junk wax. So they produced billions of copies of every card. Nobody really liked these magic motion cards so much. They were, not popular. They warped easily. And, they can be had for very little money even today. Anyway, I just wanted to highlight that one set today. Hope you appreciated that, because RJ does collect sets. Please consider the trivia question. Love to see many people answer. We'll pick a winner on Sunday, all right? Hope to see you all again then. Please consider liking, subscribing, commenting, and all that jazz, and take care.